Okay, welcome back, guys. Hopefully you're doing well. And I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm going to try to fix this lighting here. I don't know if this is going to work. I can't really hold it on my face. I don't know where I put this. Where could I put this? What did I do last time? I put it up here, I think. I don't know if that's going to stay. It can. You don't need to see my face anyways. Okay, Capricorn, I did see know the code and ride safely. And then one of the other downloads I got for you as well. I'm holding the past life oracle cards automatically instead of getting into the tarot. So I think I'm being called to take a look at these first for you. Capricorn, so if you're new to my channel, welcome everybody. Most welcome. If you're new, I do the 13 zodiacs, not the 12. This is before they removed Ophiuchus and changed it from the 13 calendar to the 12 calendar. And yes, they did that. Okay? And if you're not sure, do your research, figure that stuff out, and then come watch some of my videos. It may resonate with you a little bit more clear because the dates are a little bit shifted. So just because you were born and given a 12 zodiac, birth zodiac, does not necessarily mean that the dates align for the 13, right? It may be a little bit shifted because I think they were a couple weeks different. So I pulled Capricorn. People do things out of fear. And sometimes when they do things out of fear, that could afflict you. It could really harm you, or it could harm other people. You yourself, if you do anything out of fear, the problem with that is that sometimes decisions that are made are not rash or are not logical. And when we do that sort of thing, we can really misjudge certain situations or even misjudge our own interpretation of the situation. So we'll do past life oracle card right off the bat. And see what we get for that, okay? Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you had a good Thanksgiving. Ships. Alright, so what do you take aboard a ship? How do you navigate the waters? How do you control yourself, your emotions, everything that you carry within yourself or on your vessel or in your vessel? And one of the things I wanted to touch on previously too is that certain entities will kind of climb aboard, especially if you give them permission, or even if you didn't and they were placed onto you as a form of an attachment from other people possibly, or just circumstantial, like if you were really really close with another person and they kind of unloaded certain things onto you, and that came with an entity attachment. They kind of control you a little bit, and they shouldn't, but that's what happens sometimes. So how do you man or woman your ship? How do you coast from coast to coast? Maybe you're a traveler, maybe that's something that you wanted to do. Ships could also mean things coming into you too. But if you in your past life were somebody such as a sailor or something like that, or this is something that you did, you're really good at being able to kind of detach from emotion and just do what you need to do. Kind of like coast in your life, and you're able to, when situations get chaotic or crazy or something like that, you stay calm. You may not voice your opinion right away. When it comes to taking aboard certain people, maybe you have a smaller group within yourself and you're not too likely to have like a extended friend group or even acquaintances or anything like that. You kind of keep to yourself. When it comes to being a goat, when it comes to being other people's scapegoat, I don't think you're okay with it, but I don't know if you speak up and say anything about it, and now's the time to do so. If you need to, because my throat chakra is going nuts. If you need to use certain crystals or quartz or certain gemstones to help your throat chakra, then do so. If there's certain symbols you can write on yourself to protect yourself. You can even use tiger's eye too. That's really good for this month, for October. Make sure that it goes well with your sign as well, your zodiac, because sometimes certain energies or frequencies that gemstones or crystals carry, they may interfere or interact with your own personal energy, and you don't want to like throw anything off. So make sure that you do your research ahead of time. So yeah, past life oracle card. Any ships coming in, anything like that. I think your ancestors learned what they could take with them and what they need to release and let go. You could be given the opportunity to do this right now. I don't know if anybody's got like a stronghold on your throat chakra. Pardon me. But that's something that you need to take a look at for sure. Let's see. Let's dive into the tarot. Here we go. All right. What can we get for Capricorn? Classical music's really good as an outlet. It's really good at release and letting go. We've got the Wheel of Fortune in the upright. Okay. And then it's also 10, which is also Gibo. So that's gift. What's given to you from your ancestors, or just your own gifts that you carry down with you in your bloodline. So Gibo, gift, generosity, trust, partnership, love, marriage, relationship, exchange, and test. Also the letter G. It can be sacral energy, root chakra, or heart chakra. So if you have certain people around you that you trust or that have gained your trust, then these are the right people to have around you. If there's certain people that aren't supposed to be around you, I think you're eliminating. Process of elimination. You're going down the list. And some people will do things out of fear. So if they're in fear of losing you, they may try to attack or attach certain things to you so that you don't separate from them. But it's really important for you to know the difference. You to know when you're being manipulated or controlled, or when other people have like a stronghold on your energy, because you want to keep this Wheel of Fortune in the upright. You want to make sure that you're doing the things for yourself and listening to your intuition, listening to the wisdom and knowledge that's been passed down to you. And when I say classical music as an outlet, sometimes the other music we listen to, depending on what frequency we are in, high or low, will actually have an impact on us, because there'll be subliminal messages or there'll be certain messages that come across. And with classical music, the beauty of that is that you can enjoy the cinematography of it. You can enjoy almost like when it comes to cartoons or something like that, or old school movies where they played the music in the background, how it has an effect on your emotions without forcibly subjecting you to certain words, which is like spell work. It's allowing your subconscious to kind of take a bit of a breather, take a bit of a break, and it's allowing you to stay in a higher vibrational frequency and kind of intermingle with the frequencies of the tone in every note that's played in the music. So it allows your brain to be a little bit more creative. It allows it to flow freely. It allows it to fluctuate naturally without the overwhelming bombardment of words or things said in certain tones or messages that are supposed to come across when certain music is being played with lyrics. Not to say music's bad or nothing like that. It's just that things are intended when music's played, when lyrics are said, when messages are supposed to get across. And I'm seeing this diamond here too. That's reminding me of, what else can that be too? It could be Ingwas, not Authelon. I always thought it was Authelon, but that could be the inheritance part of it. But that's NG, and that's root chakra, third eye chakra, and heart chakra, which can be a diamond. This little thing right here. And it's almost like when you lace up shoes, or when you lace up to get ready for something. You could be getting ready for a race. You could be getting ready to, I want to say, batten down the hatches. So if you're preparing for some sort of rough terrain or rough waters or something like that, especially on a boat, you're preparing for something. So if you're maybe separating, you're preparing for healing. If you're separating from other people, you know there's going to be backlash. You want to keep this Wheel of Fortune in the upright. But that's what I'm noticing. This diamond that's around the whole entire thing. It's kind of like Pentacles too. And I'm also getting the whole idea of, like, on a ship, the compass, in which direction you're going to go. And in each direction, there's different symbols. And you've got T, A, R, and O. what do they call that when a word is fully encompassed in the whole entirety of it? T-A-R-O-T would be tarot. Yeah. There's a word for that. I can't think of it right now. Write it down below if you can think of it. At this moment in time, it's not coming to me. But in each direction you go, there is protection, there is guidance, there's wisdom and knowledge from all the different books that are provided. Maybe you yourself are a reader, you really enjoy that, and that's something how you get the messages and words that come to you. So whatever synchronicities or any messages that need to come to you, it could be through while you're reading. That could be part of your divination too. That's really interesting. What else we got here? Savvy little sun, your happiness. What else do we get here for Capricorn? And like I said, when people do things out of character, it's usually in the form of fear. Okay. 2 of coins. I think you're happy in the in-between. So not so much the spiritual realm, but not so much the physical realm. I think you like the sleep realm. Maybe you're a master at astral projection, or you're a master at the in-between stages of things. So when you're ready to go to the next level of something, you kind of like that in-between stage. Maybe for you, it's a bit of a breather. For some people, it could be chaotic, and for other people, it can be confusing. But for you, it's almost like you understand when you're about to transition to the next level of something, or you're about to, because you got the waters in the background for emotion too. Because you're so able to detach from emotion, you're able to kind of just see your inner vision or use whatever gifts you have to kind of keep that balance, keep that stability, instead of having to really juggle or anything like that, which is nice. You've kind of got that even flow of things. What else we got here? I think you tend to lean more towards the logical than the emotional, but that's fine. What else we got? Oh, things you don't want to take a look at. Oh, throat chakra. That was down there, and I'm not even using my handwritten cards right now. What else is down there? I think what else you're going to find. Okay. We've got the Emperor. And we've got the Three of Cups. You could be seeking advice from somebody that's in a higher standing, or you could be seeking advice from your inner self, your higher self. And you could be taking the advice from others, or you could be watching how their words affect them. How they've created what they've created. Maybe you're watching, or this is your Emperor energy here. This is what you stand in. Okay, Capricorn? So if you're standing in the Emperor energy, it takes a lot to get to the Emperor energy, just like the Empress. And you have to go through all 4 kings. So that's each of them at different levels, different stages of your life, and learning the lesson and elevating past that, or mastering that part of yourself. Different seasons, yeah. Well, currently we have 4 seasons. It's debatable whether or not we have more. Or if it's just one whole continuous loop of something, which is obvious. But when it comes to emotion and what other people have to offer, I think you're seeing when it comes up to certain patterns and certain things that are being presented to you, I think you have the ability to see how other people are doing it and how it's playing out for them, and how to make better decisions based off of that. If that's what's got you to this Emperor status, but you also need to have self-respect, self-love, the wisdom and knowledge to know how to do this sort of thing too. To master that. That's probably why your ships are coming on. Throat chakra, like I said at the beginning, this shit, whatever this is, it's intense. Maybe you're a heavy smoker, or somebody doesn't want you to speak certain things out loud. That could be this Three of Cups energy too. Other people involved. Maybe there's third parties, or there's other people that have an influence on you. Could be interest, parties that are interested in you. Six of Swords, kind of moving away from rough terrain, moving away from all the bullshit or backstabbing or lies that's said about you or to you, or you're moving away with an individual, a person. If there's somebody that you have an interest in, maybe you just want to leave everything behind and you just want to go on your own journey. You got a Queen of Clubs in the reverse. Normally somebody that's pretty, you know, knowledgeable, good at battle, somebody that's talented, somebody that's witty, somebody that uses their gifts for good and is charming and fairly good looking, and somebody that has a lot of knowledge, but they're in the reverse. And this could be who you're traveling away from. And then you got the Five of Swords in the reverse as well, leaving all the chaos and conflict behind. And then you have the Ace of Coins too. You may have had to sacrifice certain things just to get away from this person. If there's another party involved, if this person has been having some sort of control over your throat chakra, and this person is wearing a veil of blue. Like their crown and their veil is completely blue. And I think there's only like a little tinge of green on the end of it. So that would be intention. But the fact that it's in the reverse, maybe the words that they spoke towards you created a lot of chaos. All these swords that are at the back here that you're kind of sailing away from. It's almost like they're stuck in the side of the boat. I'm getting the envisionment of like almost when people shoot an arrow or something like that towards you and it misses and it sticks in the wood. So maybe the words that they say, their spell work that they have on you, all like it's all about the words being said and the frequency and tone. And the words that they say are meant to be like arrows shooting towards you. They're meant to impact you in some way and land or stick. But they're not really hitting you because you're detached from that. You don't have maybe been exposed to this for so fucking long that you're like, it doesn't even have an effect on me anymore. I don't even give a fuck. Which a lot of Capricorns are, I don't want to put you all in like a category, but Capricorns are pretty good at not giving a fuck what other people think. But at the same time still being sensitive, but at the same time not really showing that sensitivity. So yeah, I think you're Six of Swords-ing this shit, and you're taking your ship, you're taking your boat, you're going on a leave, maybe a leave of absence, or maybe you're going on a leave for a trip, or you're just getting away from a situation, and you could be bringing somebody along with you, or this is the feminine version of yourself that you're taking with you if you're a masculine, or vice versa. Take it as it resonates. Do not make any of this fit if it doesn't suit you, okay? Kind of like the suits, the different emotions and stuff. If it's not for you, don't make it fit. Don't force it to fit. Don't embody that energy if it's not for you, or even what other people have said in the background. Don't force it, or what this person has said towards you, because this person likes to fight. This person likes to pick or point. She's holding that needle. This person likes to sow seeds of malintent. And they could even have an impact on this Ace of Coins in the reverse. But your Wheel of Fortune's in the upright because you've stayed so balanced. So I'm going to get a little bit more for the Ace of Coins and why it's in the reverse. Alright. Ancestors, Spirit Guides, Divine Universe, what message do you have for Capricorn? For the Ace of Coins in the reverse specifically. What is that? Ooh. That came out right away. That came over the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. To do with the Knight of Clubs in the reverse and a Six of Cups in the reverse. The lack of working together, or maybe a bad relationship, something that has an effect on you. I don't know if this is you personally or this is something that has an effect on you. This could be like a broken household, a broken marriage, maybe even a divorce, something that had an impact on you, but it had to do with this Knight of Clubs in the reverse. And it's funny because the Knight of Clubs is a little bit shy from the King stance, like the King, in order to get to the Emperor energy. So this is somebody that may be older than you, but less mature than you. And this is somebody that definitely knows this Queen of Clubs energy, because I'm seeing clubs and clubs. They could have worked together at one point, but they're not working together anymore. Maybe they collabed or came together when it comes to certain projects, or maybe when it came to a relationship or something like that. They could have destroyed something that you had previously, which would have been that Ace of Coins energy. But you've still got the Wheel of Fortune in the upright. So you're just taking your own and leaving shit behind. You're not falling for that. You're not getting involved in that. You understand that things happen the way they happen, and you're moving forward. All right? That's really important. I'm going to get a couple. I think other people may have been possibly jealous of your situation or whatever it was that you were going through, or maybe they knew that even previously you had certain information about them. But this Five of Swords, you put an end to that and walk away from that, which puts you in this Emperor energy, which is nice. Can we get some handwritten cards? Capricorn. Capricorn. Trust your intuition and go with the flow, just like a boat. All right, you have to trust yourself, how you manage your vessel, how you manage the situation, how you manage your emotion, which I think you've got fucking on lockdown. Like, I think you're pretty fucking balanced if you ask me. The energy that I'm picking up here is the words that people use. They don't have an effect on you. They may have an effect on other people around you. Maybe even this person that you were supposed to be with, or maybe those words ended something that you were supposed to have. But all in all, you took the lessons that you learned and you're going with the flow. You're leaving that shit behind. I think they worked you up. They used to, whoever these people were in your past or in your current present that you're walking away from, they had a way of getting under your skin and saying certain things that were just so awful. I'm sorry that you had to deal with that, or they tried to silence your throat chakra. You can still be modest and remain in absolute control of your balance of emotion when it comes to your gifts. That's that Emperor energy that I'm feeling. Okay, so yeah, you can still be in a high status. You could still be ranking high, especially in the spiritual realm, and you could still keep control of your emotions and how you come across to other people. And you're allowed to do so, and nobody can stop you from doing that. The more you truly love yourself, that's that 1 before 5, that 4 energy. The more you truly love yourself, the less the truth hurts, because understanding is the cure for chaos. That would be that 5 of Swords energy in reverse, leaving it be fucking hind. Whoa. You are for chaos. Master of chaos. So like you grew up around it, you lived around it, you understand it fully, and that shit doesn't faze you anymore. That is your balance. So congratulations, you've learned quite a bit. The animals around you tell a message, familiar or unfamiliar. So familiars, if you know about this, these are entities or energies that were sent in to help you, help guide you, or help comfort you, or help clear your energies. Could be in the form of a pet or just animals that come around you quite often. You could be very good with animals. They can help here and in the spiritual realm. I know my old cat, Tigger, I made a video about this a while ago. She showed up in one of my dreams, and she actually prevented me from accepting a document that was from somebody that portrayed themselves to be my father. But it was just so off, the whole situation, and she kind of distracted me so that I didn't take it, if that makes sense. And she'd already passed away like years previous to this. So yeah, the animals can help you. And then we've got herbology, may have the science you need naturally. Do the research or study all that you can that interests you, and be curious and safe. Right, I don't need to get into that. All alphabets. That's funny, alpha and bets. There could be something to do with a lot of men or alpha status, like competition too. Alphabets have a message or can be decoded. There could have been a bet placed too when it came to this destruction of whatever the ace of, what was it? It's almost like you've forgotten about it. You don't even care anymore. You've got the Wheel of Fortune in your favor. Just keep going with that. Where is it? Yeah, the Ace of Coins in reverse. It's almost like you're like over it. I'm over it. You've done everything that you needed to do to heal from that. Anyways, All alphabets have a message or can be decoded to teach lessons our ancestors have left behind. So take a look. Okay? So the letters and values or characters, even when it comes to specific words being said and stuff like that, you can analyze it and break it down to decode it. Okay? Which means that you're getting a better understanding of the word itself when somebody says it. Or even when you say it. And then the frequency of patience over power. Chaos forcing it into alignment in your presence. Again, if you're mastering the whole idea, the art of detachment for your emotions and what people say to you and the frequency and tone and them trying to land a stick or land a fucking arrow that they hit towards you and it's not hitting. And that whole idea of being patient and not forcing things into alignment, it's just naturally happening. That frequency of patience is a very good energy to be in. That's what's keeping that Wheel of Fortune in the upright. It's amazing energy. I don't know if you want the power that you're given, but your patience will pay off, okay? And if there was something that didn't go a certain way or you were kind of cheated out of something, I'm going to get some runes here. Or if somebody ruins something for you. Island Time Wellness card. Okay, there's a reason I put that over there. Okay. And then we'll go to the runes after. Island Time Wellness card for singles or ones that are in the current status of a relationship. Whatever it may be. Wedding rings. What? Aw. That's sweet. If somebody tried to sabotage something for you, don't worry. It wasn't meant to be at that time. Maybe that person was just temporarily like a twin flame or a soulmate or somebody that has soul contracts to teach you something. But you've learned what you needed to learn and you're moving forward, okay? If you are with somebody and you're already married, then you're going to be safe. You're moving away from the drama, the chaos. And if you haven't yet to meet somebody, then whatever was meant for you will not pass you by. Okay? And usually in a vessel or a ship, you got to go from port to port. It's not like you just make one stop and stay unless you're planning on it. And when it comes to people, you got to kind of test the waters in a healthy way and know what you want and what you don't want. Make sure your boundaries are healthy and then it's not a codependent relationship, but it's more like working together. So it'd be the Six of Cups in the upright, not the unhealthy version that maybe you've experienced or other people around you have experienced that they projected onto you. Union, wedding, married, soul connection, eternal love, and everlasting promise. Promise to yourself to stay balanced. Don't turn down certain things that are opportunities for you to learn and grow, because we can all grow here. What was it? Know the code. Ride safely. That's what I'm seeing in front of me. Know the code. You could be very wise and see beyond the veil that other people do not. Transformation. Transformation of things is important. Okay. Oh, palm tree. Stability, security, performance, growth, endurance, and flexibility. Your ability to be patient and flexible is really important to go with the flow. Okay? I'm going to get some Elder Furthark runes. That's F-U-T-H-A-R-K. And they have multiple meanings. They're meant to be used for healing. Take it as it resonates. Leave the rest for somebody else. Trust. You could be a religious person. That whole idea in God we trust. Or you could just trust in yourself and the divine universe. YOU'RA. Year. Peace, happiness, hope. Okay, that's J and Y. It's heart chakra and solar plexus energy. You can pause this if you need to. This is the one I'm pointing to here. That's YOU'RA. And then we've got... I think that's a blank one. So the moon, that is which is yet to come. So be patient. Another moon, 2 moons from now. Or you're 2 moons ahead. Maybe ahead of the game. And then we've got Pertho, okay? That's also destiny and journey. Letter P, solar plexus and heart chakra. I think those are the two things that keep you in this wheel of fortune in the upright. Naturally. All right. Let's kiss me. Let's get some past life oracle card. Don't need it, but it helps. Your prosperity. What's this pattern? Past life oracle card for Capricorn. Vows. Vows you took to yourself. Vows you take with another person. Vows you take in general. This could be wedding vows, a vow of silence. This could be a vow to put yourself first or stay stable. Maybe this was the vow when it came to your emotions. You will no longer let your emotions carry you a certain way in a bad direction. You have a vessel, you have a boat, you have two ship, you have the ship and you have a fucking rowboat there. So you're more than capable of staying afloat. All right. And in the word vows, it just rearranges. It's almost like sows. So, I don't know, I seen so in there. Maybe all the things that you have put up to this very point. Ideas, chapter. Ha! Maybe you get the last laugh. Good for you. Signal. Love life. Okay? These are patterns. I don't know how to... You don't know how to love? Yeah, you do. Love life. You got this. Okay? Remember to love you first and be true to you, to love another person, another soul. Remember to love you, please do.